Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. So I hope everyone had a great time away over Christmas and the New Year period, and it's time to get back to business now. Okay, so I wish everyone a very successful 2022. Make sure you go after and chase your dreams, whatever they may be. Okay, so I just thought I'd jump on quickly here as I was basically just analyzing the markets this week, just trying to get into my trading routine again. And it's been a great week, okay? And this was an EU trade that I called out on the Discord. Now, just quickly go into the Discord and I'll show you guys the trade idea, okay, and my analysis on it. Now, listen, it's not really important if you're winning the trade or losing the trade. It's all about the process. Just trust the process. So this was the sixth, and just calling out, what I'm seeing, etc., etc. And at the end, it's just about executing your plan. So it's just planning your trade and trading the plan. That's all what it is. Okay. Forget about being right and being wrong for this whole year. Like, don't focus on being right and being wrong. Focus on the actual process. Okay. So that could be one of your little goals. Okay. So this can be like a case study, if you will, okay? So getting into it on the daily here, all you can really say is price is ranging, okay? Creating sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity, we're just creating liquidity, okay? There's not really any other information you can take other than if we take our 50% tool, okay? We've got premium levels in here and potentially in here, okay? So price could break out and come down, break out, come down. Okay. Now I'm doing this video on Friday, so it is NFP day today. So we could potentially see a breakout of this range today. Okay, NFP could be the catalyst for that move. So jumping down to the 4-hour time frame, this is where my analysis kind of started because I know the daily was in a heavy range, and I've just replayed price back to near the end of the Asian session on that day. Okay, now it's really important to have set rules, and it's really important to stick to those rules. Okay, so my rules in terms of market structure break, etc., I make sure that I stick to it. Okay, I don't make deviations from it. Okay, you just have to stay very systematic, okay, with trading. Okay, so here we can clearly see, okay, we were in this range bound market again on the 4-hour. However, what I seen was there was a break right here. Okay, there was a break right there. Okay, now it's a little break, fair enough, but it's still a break nonetheless. Okay, second thing, all you have to understand is, I say this to my one-to-one students all the time, supply and demand, all this theory stuff, you don't really need to know it, okay? You just want to know who's in control, okay, and what's being really get mitigated. And here we can clearly see, right, if I just change this, we can clearly see demand zones being respected, being mitigated into being respected. So the demand chain is clearly holding here, okay, and we're essentially in this zone here, right? Now from this zone, we basically had a minor little break up to here, okay? So we've got this little demand zone in here, if you will. Okay. So jumping down to the 15-minute time frame, we have to really study price here. Okay, so let's just zoom out. Okay, we've zoomed out a little bit here. We can see price making lower lows and lower highs. Right now, after this, price goes on to start breaking highs and secondary break as well. Now we know after 2 breaks we've confirmed bullish, or after 2 breaks we've confirmed bearish. Okay, the first break is just intention, the second break is the confirmation. Okay, now what we can see is the 15-minute time frame is congruent with the 4-hour as well. Okay, so at this point you've got to start building your trade idea in terms of plot your discount premium, etc., etc. So we can see that the trading range is from here to here from a 15-minute standpoint, right? And you're only really looking at this zone in here to look to buy from. Okay, and that's it. We just have to keep it really systematic and really simple, right? So we like to play off the extremes. Okay, so we've got one here. If I just change that, and if I just zoom in here, and really do my detective work. Got a nice wick POI, which takes out liquidity from the previous candle, and there is another one, right? So this is essentially, okay, if I just play price pull forward, this is where price reacted from. Sorry guys, my video had cut off there. So just before playing price out, we can see that we've got this inducement right above this order block here, and this is obviously our extreme. Okay, so if I just play price out, once price gets into our levels, we need to go down to the lower time frames and really see what price is telling us. Okay, so if I just play price out here, what we can see here is this major break. So your major BMS. And we're simply waiting for entry criteria to be met. Now we have our SMS BMS. Okay. So once you see this, you have to ask yourself, right? We're in the 3 minute has now shifted, okay, which is congruent with the 15 minute, and the 15 minute is congruent with the 4 hour, okay, and we're in discount. So we're building that confluences, we're building that story, okay, we're keeping it nice and simple, nice and systematic, and we're just building that story, okay. Now you can add in other confluences such as this liquidity sitting right above our point of interest, which would be this last down candle before the up move. Okay. Now if I just put position out with 5.5 pip stop loss, and we'll target at 1 to 5. See liquidity getting swept, tagged in, and TP hit. Now, there's nothing wrong with refining this zone to this little dodgy candle, or whatever you want to call that candle, at which point your stop loss will be a lot smaller. So like a 3.5 pip stop loss, at which point you'll be getting your 5R very quickly. Okay, now that's completely up to you guys, whether you select the last down candle or whether you refine your zones. Right guys, so that's the first breakdown case study, whatever we want to call it, done for the year. Now this thing did run for like, at least 10%. Okay, now it's up to you guys how you manage your risk, right? Risk management is very important, but it's very, very personal. Okay, now one thing I would say to you guys is this year, try and come up with a process that's very systematic and very simple, right? You don't need to overcomplicate this, right? Literally have a process whereby, if this happens, then I do this. If this happens, then I do this. If it doesn't, then I wait. Okay, just keep it very simple and very systematic. You don't need to find out every single method of trading. You don't need to do that. Keep it very simple, right? And as always guys, if you like the content on this channel, please do give it a like, give it a share, and if you've not already done so, click on that subscribe button.